posted an update on my situation, which is not great. My situation, I'm not restored, and I'm worse than ever. Actually, I'm worse than ever. And even after the charity has come to my house many times, my toilets are still not functioning properly. I had to turn them off because one of them just runs nonstop. And the other one for the plumbing upstairs, apparently the floor has sunk, so there's not the right angle or slope. And so it just clogs, and then you can't use the water. And this was fine when I just had the bathtub. The home that I live in is more than 100 years old, and there's an old cast iron tub, and one of I think the ceiling joists was cut out to put in, like, the heat vent and the plumbing, and so the floor has sagged a few inches where the bathtub is, being a solid cast iron tub. And so that probably has messed up all of the plumbing that might have worked great 100 years ago. And these things all worked fine when I moved in. So whatever the scammers did, and then other people have done, like, it was just at that sweet spot where everything worked when I purchased the house. And then once the scammers, they weren't scammers, they were actually agents for the Kingdom of Darkness. They came into my house and they broke the toilet flange. Like, they snapped and broke the metal flange that goes on my toilet. And then replacing that and raising the floor underneath of it somehow, then the plumbing never worked right again. And so because of this, I just can't use that. I've been biking to Planet Fitness to use their facilities, but if you can't tell, it's starting to get a little cold because it's October. And so I know God is testing me. Haha. Okay, I don't have a car. The air in my bike tire goes down a lot, so it's a little bit concerning. I'm airing it up, like, every time I go out, so if there's some tiny little cracks in that, I don't want this to, like, deflate while I'm out in the middle of nowhere, and then I have to walk, like, back home for 2 hours, and it's freezing cold outside. This is just the situation I might find myself in. And, you know, I asked to be used on any mission, but this sucks. Like, all of this sucks. I don't have a washing machine. All of my sinks in my house are dirty from the charity plumbers that came in, and they basically got shit and piss over all the handles of every sink in my house. So now, like, I've got, like, gloves or something that I touch the handle with, because I'm not going to clean it. I cleaned it, and then they come back the next day and get everything dirty again. And I know if I spent the time to detail things, they'd be back the next day. That's how it works, because I'm just supposed to suffer and be miserable. That's really just the way it is. And so, and I'm kind of discouraged. I was playing the guitar, and then I came up with that riff, and it sounded pretty good, and then I tried to record it for the video, and I keep messing it up, and it doesn't sound as good. And then I tried it again after, it was a little better, but, you know, I'm thinking, what else is there? I want to learn some more things, you know? Some more, like, note combinations and things people do, because I just don't know what the next thing is. Like, I don't know a whole lot of notes, or I don't know what they're called, but, you know, I'm making a lot of songs out of several of the same notes, and I want to try some new stuff, and I'm getting, like, a little bored, or, you know, like, I need to do more to get better at it, and I'm happy with my dogs, but, you know, just everything's kind of discouraging. I am in isolation. No one wants to help, of course, and people will steal my money, and like, DOORDASH sucks, and I was using that a little bit, then it was even worse. Every single time there's a problem. Let's see, I ordered some Panera, like, a couple days ago, and I had to put in the notes, or not in the notes, like, where you can choose to have it delivered right away or later. So I selected to have it delivered in, like, 2 hours, you know, so not right away. I thought, I don't want it to come too early, because then I'll get hungry later. And so when the food finally did arrive, it was, like, kind of gross. Like, my food from Panera has always been great, but this time, like, it tasted like the temperature was such that the meal must have been made right away when I ordered, and it was sitting out at room temperature for 2 hours, and then someone picked it up and delivered it. And I got a tuna sandwich, and it was warm. It's supposed to be cold. And I I think I got a salad too, and that was kind of warm, and it was just wasn't good. Um, and I was a little concerned. Like, I didn't think I would necessarily get food poisoning, but the temperature of it, just that thought went through my head, and I didn't enjoy the food as much. So I went onto their website, and I selected, like, I had a problem with these 2 items, and I really did. I ordered, like, there was 4 things on there, and I could have selected every single thing as having the wrong temperature, but I didn't want to be a scammer. So, because I did still get value out of the food, I only selected half of what I purchased. And then they gave me a credit for that. And I'm like, okay, good, this is fine. Because I didn't enjoy the tuna fish sandwich because it's supposed to be cold, and it was warm, and it tasted kind of gross because of this. And the salad was like wilty, like it had been sitting out for 2 hours. So I think they accidentally made the order right away, and then 2 hours later a DoorDash person came and picked it up. And so I got half my money in credit. And then the next day I'm like running low on drinks, and I need to go out and get some drinks. I can't be stuck at home and then it rains one day or it snows or something and I'm just out of stuff to drink. So I get on my bike and I head out, and I went to Walmart and I purchased some snacks, and then I got back and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get like a pizza or something. So there was a coupon on DoorDash to get like, it said 70% off of something at Papa John's and have that delivered. And this is a scam and a half because it's not. I live 2 miles away from the Papa John's, and I could have biked there. But I just got back and I was out for many hours, so I didn't want to bike out again. That would have taken me like 20 minutes to get there and 20 minutes to come back. And, I could have, but, I thought I'll just order it this time and see. It said it was 70% off. So they had this thing that's like, it's like a tray with just toppings in it and no crust. I thought, I'm going to try this. And so it's normally like 9 something. That's how much it costs if you go to a Papa John's and order this. And so, when I went to their website, it was like $2 more, I think, and then it was 70% off. So then that lowered the price, and then they had like a $3.99 delivery fee and a $2 service fee, and so then it ended up still costing more. So it was, and then I left a little tip, not much, and so it was $10. So I could have went in and I could have got it for like $9 or $9.19 or something. But when I ordered it on DoorDash for 70% off, I paid $10. So their prices are more. Yeah, that's true. But also, you have to pay a service fee and a delivery fee. And this is the reason I don't tip much. I don't tip much on there. Because the service fee and delivery fee was $6. And this money actually goes to pay the driver if they don't get a big enough tip. Well, I'm broke. And, to pay $6 for somebody to drop this off, I live 2 miles away. I think it was a little bit less than 2 miles. I'm not going to pay $6, to have this dropped off at my house. I'm just not going to do it. It's probably like maybe $2 worth of gas, but these people, they also double up. So I'm not saying it's not worth it, but I am broke and I don't have much money. So I actually paid like 80 cents more and I had it delivered, and this was with the coupon. And actually, it showed up and it was hot. And it was good. It wasn't soggy. It wasn't cold. And it tasted really good. So I was pleased. Like, order Papa John's. Do that on DoorDash or whatever. But expect to pay a lot more. But I was pleased with this. Because, like, I've been getting stuff on there when I had a really good coupon. They had, here's the 60% off coupon. You got to use it this week. And I'm like, oh, well, I'll use it. And then I looked and it was expiring the next day. I'm like, oh, shoot. So then I went to, this was an Uber Eats coupon, and I went onto there, and then I ordered some Chipotle. And this was a few days ago. As I had a 60% off coupon. They send these every so often, and it was about to expire. So I thought, okay, I'll try Chipotle again. And it had an estimated delivery time, and then it kept getting pushed back more, and then the estimated delivery time was an hour later. And when the food came, when the food arrived, it was kind of gross. Like, and what I think is they made the food, and it sat out for an hour. Then the driver picked it up. Then they delivered it. And so the lettuce is getting wilty, and that's not too bad, but the sour cream, I think the sour cream has already been sitting out all day. So it's already about to go bad. And then when it sits out, like, and then it gets delivered to you an hour later, then it's not good. Like, I have gotten food poisoning from Chipotle's sour cream. Do not order it. I keep going back and I keep doing it, and I'm an idiot apparently, because every other time I get food poisoning, and I got food poisoning from this. And I contact them like every single time to let them know there's something wrong with my order. And I think a lot of this is who I am, because any single problem there is, I will have that problem. Like, if something can be annoying, then it will be annoying. If something can be a hassle, it will be a hassle. If something can have an extra fee, there'll be an extra fee. If something can arrive like lukewarm or too hot or too cold and taste kind of like it's going bad, then that's what I'm going to get. That's what I'm going to get. So, yeah, it's probably me, but, you know, I think other people are getting this too. So, when the Chipotle arrived, I got two things, because this was 60% off. And to make it worth my while, because you have to pay a delivery fee and a service fee, I got enough food for 2 days. Now, of course, I had to buy some extra stuff, too, to add to that, because it's really not enough. But I got a burrito, and then I got one of these bowls. It doesn't have the shell, but then it's got, like, lettuce and, like, fake meat and stuff on it. And I got a wrap on the side, and it came with a free container of their cheese sauce. And so, like, I ate the burrito. It wasn't too bad, but it tasted a little bit like it was going bad, and I just didn't enjoy it that much. And then I ate some of the salad, the bowl thing, and that really, it was like turning my stomach. Like, you know, this food is expired by the time it arrives. So I don't know what Chipotle is doing, but, like, their sour cream must be sitting out right next to things that are hot. And it's already, like, going bad, and then it sits out for another hour before it gets delivered, and then that's it. You're going to be sick after you eat this. So that made me sick. And I didn't even go back and try to get my money back yet. Like, every single order, I'm sure they think I'm the biggest scammer in the world. But I'm not a scammer. I would never ask for any money back if the food actually arrived, like how it was supposed to be. And I kind of think, like, they should wait. They should wait to make the food until, like, when the delivery driver is going to get there. Like, maybe they should start making it in 5 or 10 minutes, not immediately, because then, well, even if the driver shows up right away, then the food is already going bad. But, no, I had an issue where I ordered something to be delivered 2 hours later, and I think they made it right away. And then it just sat out for hours, and then it was delivered. And then I went to Walmart. I got, like, some appetizer type snacks. And then I ordered that Papa John's too, and I had a donut and stuff. So I'm trying to keep my budget below $25, and that's my highest for food for a day. I try to spend a lot less than that when I'm able to. But yeah, some days I will spend more. And when I saw a 60% off coupon, then I'll just get food for 2 days, and then spend like the 25, and you know, so that, and then I'll add like a couple snacks at home, make it like $15 a day. Which in 2025 actually is not that much. Honestly, it's not that much. And I can't cook things on my stove. The plumbers have got everything disgusting. They even touched my stove, but my oven is broken. I have a toaster oven. I couldn't use my stovetop because I didn't have a range hood. And it was like putting too much moisture on my cabinets, which now need to be ripped out anyways. But I don't want to put more humidity in my house and ruin more things structurally. Like, God has my life gridlocked to where I can't do anything. So I was actually ordering this food, and I was ordering drinks. I'm going out on my bike 3 miles or 4 miles to get something to drink, because this is the situation at my house. I had one of those under-sink reverse osmosis water filters, which was installed by Saul of Tarsus. And he did not install it properly. And it worked fine for a long time, and then a couple months ago, it just started leaking, and it dumped a ton of water. It flooded my cabinet, which mice had gotten into. It flooded, like, the whole floor and this rug with water full of mouse shit and piss. And then it also had splashed up when... I'll call them scammers, but they weren't. God sent these. They were agents for the kingdom of darkness. They were evil spirits. Saul of Tarsus brought in his relatives to my home. to participate in ruining my life and breaking my house. And and he brought his friend in as well. And I thought they were actually going to try to help me, seeing as my parents liked them. But no. And then they flooded, like, used a plunger in, because my main drain was, like, clogged. And the water wasn't going down for some period of time. So they used a plunger and, like, pulled the sewage up out of my shower, sprayed it all over my walls, and then it went up into my kitchen sink. And then they also installed the pipes incorrectly, so it was leaking. It was splashing down sewage, and it was splashing back up. And it got into this cabinet and all over the outside of the parts of my reverse osmosis water filler. So the system was fine and contained until it needed serviced and was leaking, at which point I had to stop using it. And then I was still using, like, the tap water to make coffee, and, that went through a whole house filter, but it wasn't as good as the reverse osmosis. And I was still using that, and I still would drink that until the city just went and replaced the pipe across the street, and they were using heavy equipment and jarring the ground and using jackhammers, and then the water coming out of my tap after it went through the filter tasted horrible. It tasted like heavy metals and they did tell me there was elevated calcium and magnesium. They didn't say anything about lead. So I don't know if they would tell me if there was, but there very well might be. I don't know. So now I'm not drinking that. I spent more than $1,000. I got a whole house water filter. I got one of those sink reverse osmosis systems to have water to drink at all times. And they've been taken away. And I have no vehicle. I have a bike, which I really don't trust for the tire not to deflate. And then I tried to go to McDonald's and they wouldn't give me free water. So I got my cup now. I sneak in, I run in, I refill it, and I leave. I don't care. They can call the cops on me all they want, because the cost that they are concerned about going out of business for giving away free water. So the cost is in the cup. So I just reuse my cup. You use that same cup forever. And so if they want to call the police because I bring in my McDonald's cup and I reuse it and refill it with water, they're welcome to do it. And actually, I would be glad. Maybe I would wait for the police to show up. And I would have my McDonald's cup full of water. And I guess they could kick me out. I don't care. Because this is the type of thing, like, God uses me to judge people. So however somebody treats me, they will be judged for. It's just the way it is. I'm sure some of you guys are the same way too. If you're a good person, you're not looking to harm anybody. The way that others interact with you, if they try to scam you, steal from you, take advantage of you, God's going to judge them. And if they try to help you, God's going to bless them. So it's just like the way we treat each other. And so anyways, I had a $15 credit or something on Panera, because they like rounded it up. And you got to spend $25 to get free shipping. And I'm like, okay, I just ordered the Panera, and then I ordered a Papa John's, and I spent $10 on that. And then I just got a couple snacks at Walmart, and I got more drinks. And of course I biked home with this like 5 pounds of stuff on my back. And I'm like, I don't need to get food tomorrow. And then I got an email. From Panera, and they said, starting on the 22nd, we're going to stop offering free delivery except for select locations. And I'm like, what? Because now I have a $15 credit, and this isn't really safe to bike to where it's located. There's some dangerous intersections and things I have to go through. And I will do it, but I don't want to, and it's getting cold now. So anyways, I'm like, oh shoot, I really didn't need food today. I didn't. I had stuff at my house, and I didn't need to order anything. But I went ahead and I ordered it anyways, and I had to order 2 days worth. So I just got a salad at Walmart, which I was going to eat today, and now I got to eat it like in 2 days from now. So hopefully it's still okay by then. I think it might be okay. But, I had to go ahead and order this, because if they stop offering free delivery, this can add $6 to the price. I can't afford this. So it's just being nickeled and dimed everywhere. I can't even afford basic food anyways. Like, I've gone into debt. I've gone into credit card debt to buy food for myself. And I'm not allowed to have a job. I do online sales. I have stores. I'm not allowed to have a job. If I went and try to get a job, first I get, like, signs. Like, I went in to think I was going to get a job somewhere, and then they wanted help. I go in to get a job, and then they're like, oh, we don't need help anymore. The one day I go in. Every other day they wanted help. And, like, stuff like that. And then, when I'm about to when I'm thinking, should I get a job now? And then my washing machine breaks, and then my car breaks. And this is what God does. So if for some reason somebody let me wash their clothes, and I had a vehicle, then when I would go to get a job, then all of those things would be taken away to make sure that I don't do it. This is what people don't understand. And there are tests too, but there's only one person that I talked to and would come over for a period of time, and they no longer come over. And they were like, well, I can help you clean stuff. I can come over and help you clean stuff. And they would say that, but they're not good at cleaning. And I know that this is some type of test. And if they don't understand because they didn't know everything, I will tell them that if I clean something, then it will immediately be made dirty again. As soon as I spend 5 hours cleaning things in my garage, then raccoons will come in there and shit all over everything the next day. And I know this, so I can't do it. This is what has happened. I will spend like 20 hours taking care of stuff, cleaning it, detailing it, putting it away. And then God will come in and destroy those items or get them filthy again. So I already know when I see a sign, I'm not supposed to clean this. I'm supposed to leave it. It's just like, it's spiritual warfare, but it's God in control. I know when I see the signs and I see certain circumstances that I should not do anything, and I'll just be wasting my time. And the next day, those items will be dirty again. Like when the charity people came over and they got certain things dirty, I spent a long time cleaning again. And then they came over the next day and got it dirty. It was like less than 12 hours later, and then they got it dirty again. So then I stopped. Now it's been dirty for weeks. If I cleaned it tonight, they'll be back tomorrow. This is what God is doing. I have to live in filth. And I'm not allowed to have clean clothes. I'm not allowed to have a vehicle. Not allowed to afford food. And the foods that I did like are being taken away. I love Trader Joe's. There's no Trader Joe's here. And then I love Panera. If they take away that free delivery, then I'm not going to eat there anymore. And I'm trying to think. So the email said that we're no longer offering free delivery on orders over 25 except for select locations. So I'm like, oh shoot, I better hurry up and order something today, even though I wasn't planning on it, because I have a $15 credit. So then I ordered the food and had it delivered. And I ate like half of it today. I'm going to eat the other half tomorrow. And then I called him and I said, hey, I see this thing to where the free delivery is going to stop. And are you guys going to still offer the free delivery? The employees don't even know. I asked them, they're like, oh, we don't know, we do it through DoorDash, so I guess you go into your app and they'll tell you. So I would have had to wait till tomorrow, and I don't have a cell phone. So I'd have to wait till tomorrow and then try to order to see whether I'd be able to order or not. Because, I could order, but I'd spend $6 more. Which you might think, not such a big deal, unless you're one person. I'm one person, and this makes the price of my meal significantly more expensive, and I don't have the money. So God is not allowing me to have a job. God is not allowing me to be comfortable. God is not allowing me to have a vehicle. God is not allowing me to have clean clothes. God is not allowing me to have a clean house. And everyone that I interact with is a test. So this sucks. I made a video about the charity people and stuff before, but I didn't post it publicly. So, I'm going to wait till I'm done dealing with them, and then I'm going to give a full review on that. So I'm not going to do that until they're done coming over. They might not come over again, or they might. So when this is all done, then I will post I'll make a whole video with the name of the charity, what days they come over, what was good, what was bad, what was done, what wasn't done, and I'm going to give my full review then. But I can't really get into things at this point. They just seem like good people. There's good and there's bad, but in my situation, I don't have anything resolved. I still can't really use either of my bathrooms. I'm able to use a shower here, and that's about it. And all of my sinks are now contaminated. If I went and I cleaned my sinks, which takes a long time to get all the little crevices, then they would come over tomorrow, and they would get it filthy again. Because this is what happens. I'm supposed to live in filth. I'm supposed to live in filth, and my life sucks. And then, with this DoorDash and Uber Eats, they probably only let you do so many claims and then you can't do anymore. I don't know how this works. But, every time I order something, it's either wrong. When I did Chipotle before, they were always missing, I would get a kid's meal added to it to get, a little bit more food because it wasn't quite enough. And the price of that was cheap enough. So I wouldn't go over budget. But I would get something like a fruit, and I'd get a chocolate milk too with my meal. And every time there'd be like missing a chocolate milk or missing a fruit, or the chocolate milk is white milk. And they did this on purpose. They do this on purpose because then you can't get your money back from them. So then you have to get your money back from DoorDash or Uber Eats, and they get to keep their money. This is a scam from Chipotle, and it said they're back on DoorDash now, or on Uber Eats now. They just came back on, so they were part of the 60% off coupon. So then it says your order will arrive at 4 something, and then it's like, oh, your order arrived at 5 something. And then it was like soggy, and it was like warm when it was supposed to be cold, and it was cold where it was supposed to be hot, and it gave me food poisoning. And I still didn't go on there and try to get my money back. This is horrible. And then the place that I always could trust to deliver my food and do a good job might possibly not offer free delivery anymore. So this is what I mean. This is horrible. I did petition to bring a Trader Joe's to my town. So if they bring a Trader Joe's here, that'll be amazing. And I'll be biking there apparently. Like, I can't even afford the bus. Like, to take the bus, I don't know where that stops, but it's probably close to the grocery. To take the bus to the grocery would cost $2 in a day. $1 to get there and $1 back. If not, maybe it's $2. So it might be $4. But if you buy a month's pass, it's $40 a month. I don't have $40 a month. Okay, I need to spend that on my food. I need to spend that on stuff to drink. This is ridiculous. Like, there's no one to help and no one cares. And that's my situation. So, and the churches never offered to help. Now, what the churches have done is if I repeat after them and I repeat their lies and their false doctrines, then they would help me. But since I won't do that, I get martyred. And they basically offered to fix my vehicle if I repeated after them to put Jesus in my heart, which I know is a vampire thing, which they do to siphon the energy, and they cast spells over the people that go to those churches, if you agree to that. If I had repeated after them, I could have got my vehicle fixed, and I did not. Though I know all of this is controlled by God, and I think that God is going to get me a brand new car out of this. But right now, everything sucks. It's getting cold. I took all my dishes and things out of my cabinets because those needed to come down. Charity didn't do that. Now they've been sitting here like for almost a month. And then mice got in my house and they probably ruined my dishes. So I don't have anything at this point. And nobody listens to me. No one cares. And see, God's using me to render judgment. And I'm trusting that, like, I trust God will make things right. But it's very uncomfortable. And I'm going to be wearing like 3 coats and biking down to get food every day. I don't know. And then these stores that did offer delivery aren't anymore, and I like them. And there's not very many things I do like because I won't eat any animal from a factory farm. So it has to be kosher or halal meat, or I won't eat it. So I'll either eat vegetarian, or I'll eat fish, or I'll eat kosher. Kosher hot dogs are still kind of affordable, but I can't cook them. So this whole situation is horrible. So there's not very many places. Now, I think maybe I could just go to Papa John's and, you can get their medium pizza right now is a pretty good deal. And that actually was enough food for the day. Now, it doesn't have enough nutrients for the day. Might be doing that, like, seriously. And last time I went to the store, they were clearancing a lot of their organic and fake meat stuff. So I got a bunch of that, and then I went back a couple days ago, and there was just a ton of like organic stuff and fake meat, and it was clearanced, and it was all sold out. So somebody went through and they got all of it, and good for them. But I sure would have liked to get a couple of them, but God doesn't want me to eat that anymore, I guess. Anyways, yeah, I tried to play the guitar a little bit, and then it sounded not too bad, and then I go to record the video, and I was not doing very well, so it wasn't very good on the video. But my guitar sucks too, so one of these days, God's gonna get me a good guitar, and it'll sound better. But I need to learn more different things. Like what else can I do? Because I feel like I've kind of reached the limit with like certain things. I need to be able to do more on it, and I don't know whether there are note combinations or things. Yeah, I don't know, and I don't have any formal training. I don't want to play anyone else's music. I like to make my own. It's just like what types of notes do people play and stuff, and what other note combinations. So maybe I can look into that. But it's cold. I'm by myself. I'm in debt. I did make quite a few sales today. So normally I don't make enough. So today I made enough, but then I spent all this extra money on food, and my food's showing up ruined. So maybe it's just making up for that. I don't know. I'm not happy about any of this stuff, and who would be? Who would be happy? And it's like, I don't want to be in this situation. God has put me in a very humiliating situation. I had borrowed just enough money to have this home livable, fixed. All the plumbing was working when I moved in. Um, so I had enough money. I paid to put the roof on and I have the house painted, and it would have been perfectly fine to live here. I could have went and got a job and I would have been doing well right now. I'd have a lot of extra money and stuff. But that's not the lifestyle that God had for me. I'm not supposed to just lead a normal life. So I have to suffer a lot now. Apparently I have to suffer. And so I was responsible. I had like several months of storage food saved up, and the narcissist like just dumped rats and mice in the house and ruined and wasted all my storage food. I had money saved up in case something happened, and then I had to use all that to get here and to buy a vehicle. Just all types of things. And every measure I took to protect myself for the future, God stripped every single thing away. I had extra money. It was all taken. I had a home that was paid off, and I borrowed what was a little bit less than half the value of that to get into this house and to get a new roof and to get this painted. This house would have been perfectly fine. But then agents for the Kingdom of Darkness came in, broke my plumbing on purpose, installed parts of my roof incorrectly with no underlayment. So where there was just a problem in a closet before, now the entire room is destroyed. And I see God did this all on purpose, but I'm not restored yet. And then like my living space gets smaller and smaller and less comfortable, and it's not good right now. So how much more can this go on? I don't know. I don't know. There's like really nobody to talk to. I go onto YouTube and I look at videos. There's no one to talk to. The neighbors don't want to talk. They're not like me, okay? They're like everybody else on the streets, like an alcoholic or an addict, or they're just regular people, but I don't know, they don't want to say hi, they don't want to come over or anything, they'll maybe spy on me or maybe not, but we just, even if I wanted to talk to them, they don't want to talk to me, and where I came from, like, I'm sure there's, like, witchcraft and stuff used here, too, where people were moved in deliberately to spy on me, and it's not a good situation. You guys might be monitored, too, so there's nobody that I can really ask for help. Now, I might be able to go to a food bank. They give out a meal once a week, but we're not allowed to eat pork, and this is something to where going to a food bank might be difficult. They could put gelatin in something, they could put pork in things, and then any meat that's from a factory farm is also forbidden. So, that's a situation it is. So, as long as I have a credit card that works, I don't have an excuse to not follow God's laws. And I haven't been fasting with food, but if it comes down to it, then I guess I'll have to fast with food. The whole world thinks they don't have to follow God's laws, but we do. And when you try to follow God's laws and you don't have anything, there's no one to help, because the whole world is corrupt, and they want you to join them. If you would join them, then all of your problems could be fixed. You get lots of money, you have a working vehicle, but then we would be disobedient to God. So I have to follow God's laws. And that means that, I'm sitting here in poverty, and I don't have a washing machine, and all my sinks are dirty, and my toilets don't work here, and my cast iron tub was ruined, and, just everything is destroyed. And it's cold in here, and there was mice getting here and destroying things, and then even, like, when I got to wash my clothes once in the last few months. And that was even done incorrectly with high heat, so that it shrunk, and like some of my clothes made them wrinkly. Just everything is a pain in the ass. And then I thought, okay, I can do DOORDASH, and it's like, you can only file so many claims before you don't get your money back. Every single thing has problems with it. And then Panera might not deliver anymore. Chipotle gives me food poisoning. I don't, and then they're going to get rid of free delivery and bump the price up. People, we can't afford this. So something's got to give. Like, that's my situation. So I I guess I'm just going to be sitting at home and I'm going to watch YouTube videos. Now, my merchandise is not kept in my main home. So, my merchandise is kept in a separate building that is sealed, no insects or anything. Like, it's just a nice, clean, it actually had a shed put in it. It was like a tiny home. And I put all the merchandise in there. This is clean. I wash my hands. My hands are always clean. So if you purchase any merchandise, it's not going to have dogs or anything on it. Because my merchandise is not kept in my home. It's kept in a separate building. And it's a clean building. So, and it was brand new installed. I paid to put that shed in when I bought this house. So if you want to buy anything from me, I will have clean hands. I wash my hands. These are very clean hands here. You see, I don't have money to get, I don't believe in getting your nails done, but I don't spend any money on anything. I don't have anything to cut out. I don't buy clothes. I don't get my hair done. I don't get my nails done. I have to get a toe done because of the narcissist, to where I have a toenail that actually is damaged and does not grow in. So I need to get that done. Or I have like a toenail with no toe on it. It's horrible. And so that I don't want to vomit, like I actually had to go and spend money on that. But like I don't have a cell phone. I don't have any subscription services. Like I can't knock anything out. Like I have a computer that is several years old. If this breaks, then I'm just screwed. I won't be able to contact anybody. I have a landline phone. I'm not spending money on stuff. I don't have any, like, smart accessories or laptops. I don't have any iPads. I don't have any of this stuff. So, I really can't cut anything out. I don't have any health insurance. So, I can't cut that cost out. I can't not pay for health insurance because I don't have health insurance. I can't, I don't have dental or vision. I don't have a cell phone. I don't have any subscriptions. I don't have homeowner's insurance. And I couldn't get it anyways because the condition of my home. First of all, there's nothing really to insure because the whole house is already like what it would be when you would want to file a claim. But then you need to pay $5,000 to file a claim. It's a big scam because I have no money. No money. And let's see, I can't cut anything out. I'm not on any medications. I don't see the doctor. Let's see, I was just drinking water, but now that's been taken away, so I have to go charge that. Like, I'm not paying for gas. I actually did not renew my license plates because this vehicle has not been working for almost a year now. So I'm not going to spend the money on it. This state can suck it. Like, what am I going to give you money for? I can't drive this vehicle. God put me in this situation. No matter what I did or no matter what I planned, it wouldn't work because I'm not allowed to have a vehicle. So I just didn't pay because I don't have the money. There's nothing I can cut out. I don't have any friends or family. It's not from a lack of trying, but I don't even bother. Because these people were all demons and devils. So it's just me here by myself, and I've got my dogs. I gotta buy their food. But I'm not buying any luxury food. I'm not buying, like, the science diet stuff or that really expensive, like, Catherine Hagel dog food. I'm just buying the cheap stuff. And I never wanted to get them GMO food, but, like, that's where it is. That's where it is. I am eating the GMOs now at this point because, because I was told, essentially, to eat the food of the people. I used to not eat this stuff, but there's really not anything that I can cut out. I don't buy makeup. I don't buy fancy soaps or shampoos. I've just got, like, some bulk basic soap that I stocked up on. I'm not buying detergent. I'm not paying for anything. I don't have any subscriptions that I can cancel. Like, this is the situation God has put me in, to where I'm very uncomfortable. I don't have clean clothes. I didn't have clean clothes before. I don't have access to a washing machine now. I didn't before. I don't have a cell phone now. I didn't before. I don't have health insurance now. I didn't before. I actually was supposed to get paid for my half the value of the house that I lived in with the devil, but they never paid me for that. But then I already borrowed that amount of money to get into this house, which I paid to have ready to live in. And that was all sabotaged and destroyed by Saul of Tarsus. So just everything I took every precaution to be in a good situation right now. I learned that that means nothing, because God can strip it all away in an instant, and it doesn't matter if you prepare. It's not up to you. It's up to God. So anyways, let's see the evidence of this here. I know it's true. Let's see the evidence of this one here. When I'm fully restored, I guess I gotta suffer more. I gotta suffer more. I mean, I don't even really think about like the people from my old life that betrayed me and backstabbed me, and they tried to have me arrested and they accused me of lies. That's true, and that doesn't even really bother me. Like, I walked away. I've walked away and I've left my family, and that's fine. And I hope that they repent. I hope they repent and come back to God, and maybe when my situation improves, that'll be some evidence for them. But you know, to not have, like, I'm sleeping on a couch that's too small. Like, like, why can't I have working toilets and things without shit on them, and like, you know what I'm saying, like the area I would stay is fine. Like, I got a little couch that's too small that I sleep on. That is my situation. But like, then the plumbers come in and they dump like nasty sewage all over my bathtub, and then they make sure to dump sewage all over and contaminate all of my sink handles and my whole house. Like, I guess, I can go outside and use the hose there. I don't know what to do. This sucks. And then mice getting in here again and I had dishes. I spent so many hours cleaning all these because I don't have a dishwasher, and putting them in my cabinets and all pretty, and then I put them in the boxes so that like these old cabinets would come out, and then they didn't come out, and they just sat there. Well, no one helped me. And I told them what I needed, and then mice got around these and probably ruined all of my dishes. So just everything is destroyed. And I know that our blessing is going to be in relation to all of the suffering. So I guess I'm going to have a really good blessing. Maybe God's saving the best for last. But it doesn't look good now. It's not looking good now. And, I kind of like to play guitar a little bit, but I'm getting burned out because I don't know what else to do. Like, what other notes do I play? I don't even know. And, now it's cold. Like, and I kind of like going on the bike, and now it's getting cold. Like, I don't know what to do. This sucks. And I guess I'll make some coffee and watch YouTube videos. I do have my dogs. And I can binge watch YouTube, and I've got a credit card. But, like, if I can't even order food, then that just going to put a little damper on my lifestyle. Like, I don't have a lot left right now. I got a couch that's too small, and I got my clothes, which they get dirty, and I have to keep wearing them, but then it's cold, so I have to continue, like, in the summer, you can get by without wearing as much, but I have to, like, layer up in here. So, God knows my situation. I mean, this is, like, my pre-restoration testimony, too, I guess. And then just giving Uber Eats and DoorDash another try. They're like, oh, we got 60% off now. Well, really, you pay the same. That's what it is. And then the stuff's arriving like rotten, they're going bad and giving me food poisoning. So I don't know. I kind of feel like I shouldn't even try to get my money back, but I need the money back. I can't afford this. Like, it made me sick. Okay, and if I don't digest the food, then I do need my money back to buy more food. This whole thing sucks. And then, like, if I go to the grocery store, I gotta be able to fit it into my backpack and bike it home, and it's cold. So I figured if I wear like several jackets over a hoodie, or a sweatshirt, it's still a little cold, but put the gloves on, maybe a hat, and it's actually kind of fun if you're warm enough. It's still kind of fun, but like, it'll hurt your back if you got like 20 pounds of stuff in your backpack. So, I mean, some things, like I said, hey, I can handle anything. I can handle anything, and I'm not going to get my feelings hurt and cry. Maybe a little bit, not much. I hardly do at all, Like, it takes a lot to hurt my feelings, but they still can get hurt. Occasionally, they still do get hurt, but it's not very often. Like, I've had a whole life learning that, like, no one cares. And so I don't really, like, it doesn't affect me, usually. Like, it really, but there's not enough fun and enjoyment in my life. Like, I can never just be comfortable, clean, like, it's a good temperature, it's not freezing, it's not a heat wave. I've got a big enough bed to lay on. I've got clean clothes. Like, how come I can't have any of this? Why can't I have a toilet that works? Why can't I have my bathtub? You know, I don't need friends. I don't need family. But, like that's the thing, is I actually would be comfortable if, like, just what I paid to have done was done, and I was living in my house, and I had a washing machine. And then I was sleeping on my bed. Like, I would have been comfortable with that, but I wasn't allowed to have that. Because I have to suffer, apparently, because I'm going to have an amazing life in the future. I don't know how this is going to happen. Like, I went and picked out all new furniture, I picked out siding color, I picked out a new roof, I picked everything out, and I don't know how this is going to get on my house. I really have no idea. Unless there's some RICO case, like, against the narcissist and half the people from my old town, and then they give me $1 million. I guess anything is possible. But right now, it's not good, and I'm still cold. I am still cold. I have a big scarf on. I got a big scarf and a hoodie and this fuzzy jacket, and I am still cold right now. I can't just get into bed and go to sleep. I did make some sales, praise the Lord. Yeah, so I'm talking to myself, because, like, even my channel is shadow banned, because no one is allowed to watch this. I made a whole video talking about, like, you know, the water plant, and what went on there, and with the charity, and then I had no views at all. So then I thought God maybe didn't want me to release this, so I privatized that video. And so maybe I'll release it in the future. I have a lot of stuff going on in my life. I'm sure you guys would love to hear. I made a ton of videos on my old computer. That computer broke, so I don't have access to any of that content now. Maybe it's lost forever. Maybe I could pay someone hundreds of dollars and they could retrieve it in the future. I don't know. But right now, I don't have it. It's gone. It's lost. There's so many things in my life I could share and talk about, but, you know, God doesn't want me to, apparently. And maybe this story is just too valuable to give away for free, you know. I make every video for free, but, like, if I have less than 200 subscribers, then there are things that have happened in my life that are so amazing, like, maybe now is not the time yet to, like, this story is a little too wild. Like, I gotta save a lot of this stuff. And maybe one day will be the right day to share my testimony. But just my current living situation now, it's not ideal. This is not fun. But I do love my dogs a lot, so that's a good thing. I'm going to watch some more YouTube videos, and I don't know, I'm kind of bored of playing the guitar, so yeah, I don't know. That's what's going on. I have so many great videos that I could release, but certain things have to be kept private now. So stuff has been happening. Maybe not every day, but like every week or so, something totally wild happens, and I can't make that video. I can't release that content, so. But maybe one day I will. So, thanks for watching. God bless you guys.